process. And so your participation here really does matter and have an impact. We're really excited about this project. It's a community center that has a variety of activities where the community truly does gather. So this is an opportunity for you to shape what public art looks like in this great community center, and it's right in the heart of District 4. So I just want to thank you all on behalf of the Department of Arts and Culture. Thank our public art team that has done a fantastic job pulling this event together. And with that, I don't want to take up too much more time because Jordan has some wonderful information to go through. So thank you again. And Jordan, I'll just hand it right back to you.
Thank you so much, Crystal. As Crystal mentioned, my name is Jordan Petrius. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight virtually. I'm the Public Art Project Manager for the Ramirez Community Center Public Art Murals Project. And this is a very exciting project. We're partnering with a local nonprofit arts organization called the San Antonio Street Art Initiative. This is our very first project working with them, and we are so excited to partner with such a great organization, and we cannot wait to see what this opportunity brings. Thank you again so much for joining us. As you will hear throughout the presentation, there is a survey opportunity as well. The links to that survey will be posted in the chat, and this presentation will be made available following the event. Throughout tonight's presentation, you can send quotes and questions directly to the Department of Arts and Culture by clicking on the chat icon at the bottom of your screen. To submit questions, you can use the chat function and be sure to scroll down to everyone. By scrolling down to everyone and make sure that we can all see your question and that we can respond. We will do our best to respond to your questions before the end of this meeting, but if we do not address them at this time, we will follow up afterwards. And I just want to let everybody know that this event is being recorded and the chat will be made part of public record and open to everyone. So we do ask that you use the Essay Speak Up guiding principles for conversation that is meaningful, transparent, respectful, and inclusive, and that you refrain from using profanity. Throughout tonight's meeting, we will talk about our public art process. We will have a project overview. We will look at some mural examples and then the project schedule. And then finally, we will have the input portion where you can ask your questions and we will answer them. So first, for those of you that are not familiar with public art, we want to let you know that the Department of Arts and Culture defines public art as art that's been through that is art in a public place that has been through an engagement process to determine where the art will be placed, who the artist will be, and what the themes and inspiration for the art will be. Every project is approved by our San Antonio Arts Commission. It's managed by a public art project manager like myself, and it's usually paid for with public funds. These funds do come from 1% allocated from the Transportation and Capital Improvement Funds, and they are used to implement public arts in accordance to our public art plan. This project is a bond project, and we're currently wrapping up public art projects for the 2017-2022 bond program. We do want to let you know that as we're wrapping up these projects, you can keep a lookout for upcoming engagement events to discuss opportunities that will be coming up for the new 2022 bond. So please keep a lookout for those, as your participation is greatly appreciated and critical to moving forward. So for every public art project that we have, it goes through a rigorous process that includes stakeholder and community engagement and approvals based off of the location and design. And it also goes to our Public Art Committee and San Antonio Arts Commission. And all of this happens before we can move into the fabrication and installation. At the end, we celebrate each project with a dedication ceremony, and that is open to everyone. I do want to note that we've emphasized where the community is critical with these oval shapes, and those are checkpoints in which we check in with stakeholders and the community, and participation really shapes the results of a project. So you can see right here where the star is that we are at our second engagement event to determine the artwork theme. And this is so crucial to get your feedback, and it's why we're so appreciative that you're here tonight, because this really drives how the project design gets started. We don't have a concept yet, but your participation tonight and with the survey will help make that a reality. As you can see, there are 4 other spots in which the community is really critical, and it really heavily relies on the community to make these projects happen. Throughout the presentation, I would like you to keep in mind a few questions. We will share this again at the end of the presentation when we have our discussion portion. And you can ask your question at any time, but I will not respond to it until the end of the presentation. And if you are responding to one of these 5 questions, if you could please note which question you're responding to, and I will go over these again at the end. So to provide a little bit of a project overview for you all, the location of the project is at the Yellow Star. It's at 1011 Gillette Boulevard at the Ramirez Community Center in Arnold Park. And this is a City of San Antonio Parks facility. As Crystal mentioned, the facility has a lot of events and programs, including but not limited to youth programming and sports, arts and crafts, nutritional education, dance and music, gyms, and then there's also the athletic fields in Arnold Park. So the goal of this project is to create 2 murals that relate to each other, and the murals should connect to the area and relate to the park and the community center's facility and the uses and programs that they provide to the community. And again, this is a 2017 bond project, and it's from the Streets Proposition. And so here is our first mural. It's on a larger wall facing the basketball court, and then our second mural is on a smaller wall facing Zarzamora. Here you can see some larger scale images of those. So the first wall is a little bit larger, and that's the one facing the basketball courts, and it's more of a regular shape. And then the second wall is a little bit more irregular and slightly smaller, and that's facing Zarzamora. So for this next part of the presentation, I'm going to share with you some mural examples, but I want everyone to keep in mind that these are just examples. They do already exist. Some of them are in San Antonio and some of them are not. These are not examples of what the mural will actually look like, but they are just intended to illustrate the themes and show what the mural could reference. And so in researching this project, we noted that the facility does have a number of uses, and we've incorporated that into the themes so that we create a mural that speaks to what the community center does. And these are the themes that you will find in the accompanying survey that we have. So the first theme that we have is athletics, wellness, and recreation activities. Examples of this is moving the body, sports, strength, teamwork, practice, and perseverance. And so again, we're really trying to see what you, the community, would like to see in the theme of this mural. So the first example that I have is Sportifs from 2008 from Canada. And this is really showcasing the town of Mont-Royal's sports heritage. It's located on their curling facility. It's very graphic and bold and more abstract in nature, featuring bright colors and shapes to showcase different sports. The next example that we have is Play from 2019 in Gladstone, Michigan, and this is more realistic in style, so a little bit more like a photograph. And these show different vignettes of different activities happening around, and they're both very bright and very colorful, but one is a little bit more graphic and abstract and one is a little bit more realistic. The next theme example that we have is a focus on local community spirit. Examples of this is the importance of community in San Antonio and District 4 and how communities can come together in this area. So both of these examples are found in San Antonio. The first example is Interwoven from 2018, and that's located at one of our pre-K for SA facilities. And this one is visible off of Highway 151, and it is part of our collection, the City of San Antonio. And this piece, the artist Jennifer Koshman worked with the Center of Refugee Services to create a mural that depicts 5 refugee and immigrant women who are an important part of San Antonio. So they came from all across the world, but have chosen to make San Antonio their home. You can see that the trees have been cut down, showing that they left their homes, but there is this new growth that is showing the hope and prosperity that San Antonio will bring. And you can see the camaraderie and support and spirit they have with one another. The next example is from our partner, San Antonio Street Art Initiative, with lead artists of Eva Sanchez, Joe De La Cruz, Shek Vega, and Nick Soup of Los Otros, and it's called We Love Our South Side from 2020. And this project solicited 40 community leaders, business owners, influencers, and longtime residents to share why they found the South Side to be so special to them. And the artists are all from the South Side as well. They bring their own unique aesthetic, and it just really showcases what the community, specifically the South Side community, means. And so again, just like the last examples, this piece from Jennifer is much more graphic and bold and abstract, whereas the San Antonio Street Art Initiative piece is more realistic in its artistic style. Our final examples that we have in our final theme is human connections. Examples of this is the importance of families and different generations living in San Antonio and District 4, and the interactions and connections of different generations. So again, the piece called Connected Through the Generations from 2019 in Ohio, that is more graphic and bold, and the piece of Generations of Hope from 2018 in San Francisco is more realistic in style. So Generations of Hope are Connected Through the Generations from Ohio, celebrates Cincinnati's mission and legacy to promote peace, justice, and freedom and dignity for all. There are different characters of different ages, different generations of family units working together, interacting together, and looking to inspire and empower viewers of all ages, ethnicities, and genders. And then Generations of Hope is on a school. The first panel shows a young girl, which is referencing the school. The second panel shows 3 students of diverse backgrounds. And then the final panel is really speaking to the generations. So there is an older woman over here, and she is in a river, and the river is winding through younger generations, showing the path that she has shaped for herself and for her family. And this is also referenced in the boats over here, and that also speaks to migration as well. So as a reminder, these are just examples to try and help showcase a theme, to help illustrate that. They are not concept designs, and the final artwork will not look like any of these. And then when you do take the survey, you will see that there's a 4th theme option. And I don't have examples for this because that theme is other, and that is open for you to comment which you would like to see in the mural. So moving on to the project timeline. So we began the project research and scoping for this in March of 2021. We're now in February of 2022 doing our community engagement event. We're looking at having a final design in June or July of 2022, and then a mural installation and dedication in August or September of 2022. So now we have time for the input section, and I do have some discussion questions to help prompt you. If you are calling in on the phone, there will be a moment of silence while we're waiting for people to type in their questions, and I will leave this on the screen for you while you type in your questions. But just to get you started, what story would you like this artwork to tell? What aspects are you most interested in seeing? In what ways can this artwork positively impact a person seeing this facility for the first time? Have you ever seen a mural or 2D artwork that stood out to you? How can that feeling be implemented in this space? Is there anything else that we should know? And of course, which theme are you the most interested in? So we will leave this up on the screen for the next 2 minutes, and I'll let you respond and we will begin answering. So while y'all are typing out and letting us know your thoughts, I want to point out that throughout the 3 theme examples, I did show one that was more realistic, one that was more abstract. If you could let us know which style you prefer, abstract or realistic, that is helpful. If you are very interested in bright and bold colors, geometric shapes, anything that comes to your mind. And also, if there's any local stories that you are interested in capturing, if you use the facility, what your favorite use is, all of that is important, and we just love to hear from you. All right, great. I see our first question. And that question is, will both murals have the same theme? That's an excellent question. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, we do want the murals to have the same theme and to speak to one another. And I see another question that says, will the murals be all over both walls? Yes, that is how it is planned right now, that the mural would take up the entirety of both of the walls. So those are very large spaces, so they will be great additions to the area. Thank you so much for the questions. Please keep them coming. All right, I see a comment now. I do like the realistic elements that the San Antonio Street Art Initiative brings to the city, and pinks, green, oranges, the mural should stand out. Great, thank you so much. Yeah, I think that we've seen a lot of really great realistic examples, and that's something we can definitely pass on. There was a question that the murals will be over both walls, and yes, the murals will be over both walls. Another comment that I see is I would like to see something abstract with bright colors that entices passerbys to stop, to learn more about and engage with the space. That is a great comment. Thank you so much. Yeah, having something that is bold and graphic and abstract with bright colors would definitely be eye-catching. And as you can see here on the screen, this wall right here is facing towards Zarzamora. So as people are driving by, they might be able to catch a glimpse and come see the space. Another comment, I love the sports theme. I think it would encourage kids to use the facilities and get involved with team activities. Thank you very much for that comment. And I don't think that there's a lot of sports themed murals out there, so it could be very exciting and great for San Antonio to help showcase this theme. A question, are there any limits to the color elements to be used on the murals? Nope, there's no limits. That is up to the artist to decide. But in the survey, we do ask if people are interested in having a bright colored theme. So the type of colors can be decided, but there's not limits on colors. Thank you for this feedback. This is great. We love hearing from you all. Right, so we see a comment. I would like the artwork to tell the local stories of the neighbors who live near the center. Great, thank you so much. That is, I think that's a very great example of an option 4. That's not a theme that we came up with, and you're providing one for us. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. I see another comment, and this is a very nice center and entices the use of activity and action, and I would like to see a theme that reflects the feeling of energy and action. That is a great theme. Yeah, I think that being able to capture activity and the feeling of motion and energy that comes with that is something that would be very exciting to see. And I see another comment that says, I like the sports theme idea for the murals. Also, the street art example by Shaq is interesting. Would both murals be by a separate artist or one artist? And that is a very great question. So we're partnering with the San Antonio Street Art Initiative, and as of right now, they do not have an artist selected. So there is an opportunity for it to be multiple artists, and we can share this feedback with them, and they are attending tonight and hearing this as well. There's a question of where on the south side is this? It's a major intersection. Is it a major intersection? So let me go back for you to the map. So it is off of Gillette Boulevard and Zarzamora. So it is a pretty big intersection. It is located in a space that would be highly trafficked and very visible. All right, what is the anticipated project schedule? So right now in February, we're doing the community engagement, and then we're looking at having a final design in June or July of 2022, and then having the mural installation and dedication in August or September of 2022. And, all right. I see a comment that says a theme that is positive and makes us feel happy, and a theme that is encouraging us to be out doing exercise. Great, thank you. I think that's a great comment. It's a park and a community center, and that is very fitting with all of the facilities that are all of the activities that the facility provides. There is a question that says, is it going to be different themes on each wall? It is going to be the same theme on each wall, and we do want them to relate to one another. So in the survey, when you do select your theme, that #1 theme that is calculated after the survey closes will be the theme for both walls. But the theme can be spoken about in different ways. As you can see in the example, I did provide 2 examples for each theme, so they can be different. It wouldn't be mirror images of one another. I see another comment. I am very impressed with the murals that Street Art Initiative does, and I am sure this will be a great turnout. And I could not agree with that comment more, and we are so excited to be partnered with them for our very first project with them. This is going to be very exciting. And as you can see in the chat, we do have a link posted again for the survey where you can all share your feedback in this as well. All right, we have a question, and it's, will we be able to see the design that the artists come up with? So as you saw in our process, I can go back to the slide. We do have a process here, or a space here and a space here. So for the my apologies right here. For the concept design, we do have the opportunity for the concept design to come back to the community in another engagement event such as this, and for the final design as well for the community and stakeholder input. Great question, thank you. All right, it looks like we're coming to an end of the questions. I'll leave this slide up for a little bit longer in case there's a few more, but if we're not seeing any more, I will keep going on with the presentation. Thank you everyone so much. So we do have our online survey that was posted in the chat, and we really hope that you all take it. And the survey will also be available in Spanish. It did open on February 1st, and it's going to close on March 11th. You can also email me directly at jordan.patrias@sanantonio.gov. Please note that the window to provide feedback through the survey or in an email to me both do close on March 11th. And we will post a final report to our website by March 18th. Attendees to this meeting will receive a follow-up email with this information and more detailed instructions. And we just really thank you all so much for taking the time out of your evening to join us virtually. And we really look forward to hearing more of your input in the survey. Thank you so much.